Open, one word from heaven, and my chains are broken. Then you speak, and the night comes loose. Then you speak, and I come alive in you. Then you speak, and the chains fall down. Then you speak, and I hear you now. Then you speak. But I got burned out, and the song in my throat became a weary shout. You found me in a wreck when my hope dropped low, and you called me by name, and my dead heart woke. One word from heaven, and the fear starts leaving. One word from heaven, and my soul stopped bleeding. Then you speak, and the night comes loose. Then you speak, and I come alive in you. Then you speak, and the chains fall down. Then you speak, and I hear you now. Then you speak over my shaking, speak over my doubt, speak over the water, come and pull me out. If you say it, it stands. If you say it, I can, I can, I can.
Oh yeah.
Then you speak, and the night comes loose. Then you speak, and I come alive in you. Then you speak, and the chains fall down. Then you speak, and I hear you now. Then you speak, and the grave turns to a doorway, and I'm not
Just one word. Just one word from the mouth of Jesus, and everything in your life changes. Good morning, guys. Welcome into the Vital Axiom. Back into the, let's do this one here. We're back into the saddle for another week of ministry with you guys. Looking forward to it. Solid rock. Standing on the rock.
Couldn't take another step. Felt the weight on my neck, like the rain never left. Hand to the ground I called when my knees gave out. Then you reached right in, pull me up, pull me out. Now my feet got grip on what storms can't shake. I was lost in the pit, but you made a way. Solid rock, hold me now. Solid rock, hold me now.
Yeah.
Set my feet on the solid rock. Solid rock, hold me now. Solid rock, hold me now. When the world gives way, I still stand on the rock. Woo! Yeah, 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 I know that road, I know that muddy road. Seen good men slide, seen proud hearts fold, but you came like dawn, cut through the dark, lifting my face and capture my heart. Now my feet got grip on
yeah.
what storms can't shake.
I love this song.
I was lost in the pit, but you made a way. Solid rock, hold me now. Solid rock, hold me now. Jesus, you set my feet on the solid rock.
Oh yeah.
Solid rock, hold me now.
2 minutes, guys.
Hold me now. When the world gives way, I still stand on the rock. on the solid rock, rock, rock. Solid rock, hold me now. Solid rock, hold me now. When the world gives way, I still stand on the rock.
Oh, yeah. How many of you guys are standing on the solid rock today? We're about to get started with another broadcast and just jamming out some of my newer tunes. This one's called Lies. I like it a lot. It talks about the work of the enemy. But it's about time to start the show, so... So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You tuned into the Vital Axiom Network. So we broadcast this program daily, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time from the southwest tip of Virginia, United States of America. We call it the Vital Axiom. What does that mean? Well, the word vital means crucial. The word axiom means truth. In this case, we call it crucially important, eternal truth, because we're using the Word of God as the foundation for our conversation. Let's go.
Father of the pain, a murderer from the start. Never stood in the light, just a thief in the evening trying to steal your sight. Don't believe the whispers, don't believe the lies. He's a master of deception in a clever disguise. If his lips are moving, then you know it isn't true. He's the father of the lies, and he's coming for you. Gotta hold to the word.
Just a little bit, just a little bit.
Gotta walk in the light, 'cause the truth is the only thing to win this fight.
Oh, yeah, man. I know you guys know about the liar. You guys have been attacked and abused and taken advantage of, deceived. And we're going to talk a lot about that this week, by the way. It's a good song for this week because we're going to be talking about yesterday's message. How you doing? Welcome back into the Vital Axiom. I've been gone for a whole week of broadcast, and I really missed you guys. Thought about you every day. I really did, no kidding. And missed being here with you all and hanging out. And love the Vital Axiom, and it's made a real impact in my life. I don't know if you noticed today's number 2490. We're 10 shows away from 2,500 broadcasts. That is insanity. It only means one thing. I am getting old. That's the bottom line. Let's do our morning shout-outs and see if anybody's here with us. And I see names popping up everywhere. I'll start on Instagram. Lee's in there. Good morning. Deborah's in there. Good morning. My honey pie. Shay's in there. Good morning. Over on the Vital Axiom official Facebook page, Amanda and Becca and Dodie, you're in there. How you guys doing? Missed you guys. Missed everybody, really. Up on the Zion Family Ministries page, my mother-in-law Joyce is there. Heather's in there. Miss Peggy's in there. Good morning, Miss Peggy. How are you doing? She said, pray for my vision. So, you guys, lift up Peggy today in her eyes. Jesus is a healer. I see Sean and Nicole are in there hanging out, guys. How you guys doing? Over on my personal Facebook page, Mr. Matt's in there. I'm going to close that and reopen it because it has a tendency not to show me everybody. I don't know why it does that. But let me see if I can bring it back up. Just make sure because a lot of times I open it up, there'll be a bunch more people I didn't know were there. And Miss Lisa's in there. Good morning. And there might be some people on YouTube. Sometimes I can't see them. People will come in. How you guys doing? Good to see you. We had a great time with grandbabies. Excuse me, it's sad, you have to be paranoid about posting pictures of your grandchildren, but we kind of have been. And I'll get you a graphic up tomorrow. I tried to get it up today, but I forgot how I converted it to get it over to work out of Keynote. And I didn't have it readily available in photos where I could bring it up. But the title of yesterday's message is called The Hunter and the Hunted. And it's a dude kind of message. It's like all about hunting and fishing, but it really makes a comparison between the prey or the fish or whatever and us and the enemy. That's what it is. And that's what we're going to talk about this week. We're going to go through that conversation. I welcome any questions or comments too, by the way. I told the church yesterday that I only had one question to ask you, but I would ask it later, and I will. Our foundational passage is a very common. Hey, Jim. Good morning, Jim. How's it going? Hey, Janet. People keep getting in there. Well, you missed me last week. Well, thank you so much, Peggy. Thank you so much. And Nicole and Sean said missed you last week. Thank you so much, guys. Look at those sweet comments. You guys are nice. You make me feel important. And I just feel loved. I love you guys and appreciate your support. Some of you guys have been hanging out here for years as a part of this ministry. And 1 Peter 5:8. And we're going to break it down a little bit. And it's a very common passage used a lot. Be sober and be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So we see the goal there. We see who's involved. It's you're involved, I'm involved. We see attitude, sober, and vigilance. And we see ultimate desired outcome. Like Jesus told Peter, he has desired to have you to sift you like wheat. And let's break it down. So I'm gonna skip be sober and vigilant. We'll come to that at the end of the message. But let's talk about this seeking. The image we get, and this is one I used for my analogy yesterday, the image that we get is the image of a predator seeking prey. Have you ever thought about yourself like that? Can I ask you that question? My nose started running all of a sudden. I'm sorry. And have you ever thought about yourself as the prey? I know I'm not really a hunter. I did some deer hunting early on. That's about it, really. I used to fish a lot when I was a kid, but up on Wolf Creek, up in near Bland and Baston, Virginia. But have you ever thought about yourself as the prey? I want you to think about that. Hey, good morning, Margie. How are you doing? Good to have you on here. Have you ever thought about the fact that there is a hunter, there is a desire, an adversary, someone like a roaring lion that seeks to devour you? That the enemy is out to destroy you. So the very first term that he says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, goes about seeking, the image of a predator searching for his prey. Then the next term was whom. Now, when you say whom, it makes it personal. It's not just random. The target is personal. It's somebody, not just some out of thin air. Here's another word, seeking whom he may. Now, this is very important, and I want you to get this today as part of this week's conversation. It suggests permission, opportunity, and the key word for me is vulnerability. And actually, ultimately, in this conversation, you're going to be asking yourself, where am I vulnerable to the shots, the hooks of the enemy? It represents the reality that he doesn't have unlimited power just to go beat up on everybody. He has to have an opportunity, an opening. You know, sometimes we give equal power in our imagination, in our teaching and theology to the devil as God. What a huge mistake. If Jesus said, all power is given to me in heaven and in earth, how much does that leave for the devil? Well, all leaves zero. So then how does the devil get power? Well, we give it to him. We know that Adam and Eve gave him dominion over the earth. And I think it was Paul said he was the God of this world. It's in Corinthians, the God of this world. He is the dominant power in this world. And that is given to him by permission. But just to come and wreck your life and make you go to hell, there has to be vulnerability. There has to be an opening. You have to unlock the door, the deadbolt, and say, "Come on in." And you may not realize you're doing that. We're going to talk about that. So seeking whom he may, seeking who is vulnerable, seeking opportunity wherever he finds it. He cannot simply devour anyone at will. There must be an opening. And then the last word, the Greek word, I'm going to give you some of that definition, is the word devour. Hey, Betty, how are you doing? Good to see you, hon. Devour. Seeking whom he may devour. So that's the goal. That's the goal. If I'm a hunter, what is my goal? My goal is to get a prey, to bring home a deer, a bear, whatever I'm hunting after, coyotes, whatever it is. The enemy's desire is to swallow you whole, to consume you. To leave nothing, but literally to digest you in a sense. Literally means to swallow down, consume completely, to overwhelm. It conveys destruction, not just annoyance. You know, a lot of us see the enemy, the devil. I'm going to get me a mint here. A lot of us see the enemy as just like a little punk. I even wrote that song, The Devil is a Punk. Just bugging us, getting on our nerves, but nope. No, it's way more serious than that. The enemy wants to take you out, destroy you, destruction, to swallow you whole like a predator. And it conveys more than just annoyance. So here's what we arrive at. This is our launching position. The enemy is hunting you. Well, you're trying to make me paranoid. You're absolutely right. You should be aware and awake and alert. We'll talk about those two words later in the week. They're in the same verse. Be sober, be vigilant. But I'm not ready to talk about those yet. I want to talk about the reality of the hunter and the hunted. I want you this week to think about, hey, Lisa, how are you doing? I want you to think this week about yourself. Anyone else having issues? Are you having issues over there, Janet? Janet says she's having issues. Hey, Terry. Terry's in there all the time, he said. I'm not having any issues on mine. Maybe, I don't know what it is. Sorry, Janet. Refresh, close it, and reopen it. The enemy is hunting you, period. He is the hunter and you are the hunted. That's the key. And I have to leave you with that understanding this week. When we get done with this week, you need to look around your life and go, hey, man. Now, I'm not saying you credit everything to the devil. I got the hiccups. Dumb devil. Well, that's a little bit ridiculous. People, I know Christians that are somewhat that ridiculous. And also, can I make a point that I made to the church yesterday? Not that it changes anything. It doesn't. But it does help you with your mindset. You've probably never been attacked by the devil. Probably never. Yourself. Because we know this. Because we do this too. We give the devil what I would consider omnipresence. Like we do Santa Claus. You better watch out, better not pout. But we know this. The devil is a single creature, a single being. He's in one place at one time. Jesus told the church in Pergamum, I know you live at the seat of Satan. He's not omnipresent like God. But his principalities and powers they cover the earth. And that's a very important distinction because we always want to credit, the devil. And it is the same kingdom of darkness. But I would say most of us have never really encountered the devil himself because he has bigger fish to fry, to make a pun. But I want you to think about that. We are being hunted and watched and observed and chased down. Hey, Jan, how are you doing? Good to see you in there. God bless. And by the enemy, by darkness. And don't ever lose sight of that, and don't ever stop taking it serious. So what I want to do is I want to get into a sort of analogy of hunting and fishing and this whole predator-prey situation. Let me ask you a question. How much research and preparation goes into successful hunting? Now, some of you may know a lot about hunting, and some of you may not know anything about it. So let's kind of break it down. If a man's going to hunt, or a woman for that matter, seems to be more men, but some women do it too, there's a lot of preparation. First of all, they have to find out where they're going to hunt, and they determine that by going out and searching the area, looking for tracks, looking like rut, looking what they call for the rut where the buck has been rubbing his horns on trees and tree limbs, and all that kind of stuff. If it's a bear or turkeys or whatever it is, they go out there and they find the places where they're running through and then look for a place to do a tree stand or set up a blind or whatever it is. There's a lot that goes into it. A lot of times they'll do a lot of things. Here's some things. I'll give you a list. They watch for the habits of the game. My son-in-law has gotten involved in coyote hunting because coyotes have become pretty serious around here. And they're a big threat to livestock, especially smaller livestock like chickens or goats, sheep. They're deadly. And so they watch the habits. Like they watch and see where they've been and listen for their howling. They watch the patterns. They scout their trails. And then they'll do something with animals and with fish, pre-baiting. And I want you to think about all this in your Christian life as it relates to being a Christian. It's sort of the setup, pre-baiting. So what will happen is it's really against the law in Virginia to go out and put feed out and feed deer. But it's a common practice around the world. If you want to kill a deer, you set up a place where they can come and eat. And then while they're eating, they shoot them, take them home and eat the deer. Or in fishing, if you guys remember that scene from Jaws, they do something called chumming. And that's where they go to a certain place and dump out the spoils of fish hatcheries and where they cut up fish and the waste. And then the sharks come, and the blood is in the water, and they come there and they feast. not knowing they're being set up to be killed, to be caught, to be captured, to be taken advantage of, in this sense, to be swallowed. So I want you to think about in your life, the enemy is watching your habits and patterns. When he comes to you, it's not like random. He's scouting where you live and what you do, and he's probably pre-baiting you. He's probably, hey Toby, hey Devin, what's up, buddy? Food plots, he calls them. That's right. Trail cameras, all kind of stuff goes on. And I believe the same is true with the enemy. He's watching. The Bible says he goes around like a roaring lion seeking the person to whom he may get permission or opportunity through vulnerability to swallow down. And you got to. I want to make this analogy because it makes it so real. So what is the devil doing to chum the waters in your life, to get you to pay attention, to distract you, to draw you in the direction he wants you to go? All of this and much, much more take place before the first shot's ever fired, before the first line is ever cast. And there's so much that goes into it, to observing and studying and patterns and bait. And then here's some things I want you to think about, maybe you didn't think about. Something called concealment or camo. You know, turkey hunters especially put blinds up. It's like a little tent type thing. They put it up and it has a window they can look out. They wear all this camo and they have these calls, and it's like a box, and you make these funny noises. You have to practice how to do it to draw them in. And they wait very patiently. I don't know if you've ever thought about it, but demonic principalities and powers are very patient. They will go to great measures and take a long time and wait patiently to bring about your destruction. They'll work hard to do it. And then they'll take the shot. They'll cast the line. And listen, when you think about fishing, there's all kinds of types of fishing. Fly fishing, you just continuously yank on the line, which makes it look like something live in the water. When I was a kid, we use floats and sinkers, and so the float would keep it on above the water, and we'd put sinkers on the line, which would pull the bait down, put a fishing worm, and you'd see that line bob before we ever set the hook, which we're going to talk about that. So what is the enemy doing in your life that's setting you up for catch? Think about this, and I want you to think about this in relationship to your own life. And try to determine which ones are you. Every prey has unique place. We talked about, hey TJ, every prey that is hunted or fished for has a unique place where you go and find it, where its habitat is. If you want freshwater fish, saltwater fish, you want goats, you want wild goats, you want mountain goats, you want deer, you want bear. They're all in different places. They don't hang out together, and they don't have like a city. Here's another thing that's very important about catching prey is the time. There are certain times that, like, say, for example, deer will bed down and you're wasting your time going hunting because they're not going to come walking by. Fishing in very certain parts of the day is not going to be successful because of the heat or whatever's going on. And then there's a unique bait. If you think about all the different kinds of bait that a fisherman uses, fly fishing, then there's all kinds of like shiny spoons and all these things. And we used to use just plain old crawdads or old worms, what we use all the time. Unique bait. So everybody's different. And then there's a certain kind of call. Now, if you do this, you can go see a Cold Country Coyote. I believe it is Cold Country Coyote. You can go on YouTube and find them, and they call, and these coyotes hear the call and start coming, and they have to hunt at nighttime. You can't hunt during the daytime, really. You won't be successful, and then you have to use a night vision scope and all this. And I want you to understand the comparison and what the enemy does in your life, a certain kind of call. Because can I tell you this? What might draw you might not draw me, and what might draw me may not draw you. And the enemy is very aware of that. And so he's looking for, get this, he's looking for unique. Think about that word just for a minute. Unique vulnerabilities. Unique vulnerabilities. Are we supposed to be interrupted with ads? Really, I didn't know that. It's never happened. You're on the church channel. That's unusual. Anybody else having that problem? Being interrupted with ads, that's weird. I don't really know the answer, Peggy. That's a newbie. That's a new thing. So what is your unique vulnerability? We're going to ask you that question. We're going to ask you. That's not the question I wanted to ask you. It's coming later. So the enemy doesn't tempt everybody exactly the same way. I always make this joke. I'm not a green bean eater. And I always make a joke that if you put a pot of green beans in front of me, freshly cooked, nice and warm, that I wouldn't have the slightest temptation. I could get up and walk off, even if I was really, really hungry, because I just don't have a taste for green beans. Now listen now. Some people, though, if you set them down, they'd eat the whole pot. So here's the deal. The enemy doesn't tempt everybody the same with the same things, because we all have different appetites. He looks for individual weaknesses, trace desires in your life. And I'm going to give you a big, long list this week. And Peggy, if you keep having trouble, maybe you could switch to the Vital Axiom or my personal page or YouTube page. I'm sorry about that. Well, we're out of time. I'm going to play one of my newer songs for you as we get out of here and see where's it at. Let me get up here to this one here. I want you to hear this one. This is talking about being separated from Christ, that nothing can separate me. Romans chapter 8, 35 through 37. I'm going to do my closing, then I'm going to come back and look for your last comments. So enjoy this if you can. While we do that.
When the wolves come close and the night gets loud, I got a promise in my bones, I don't back down. They can throw their stones, they can line up tough, but the hand that holds my life is more than enough. Oh, who can separate what God has joined? I've been marked by grace, I stand on.
Here you go, here's the chord.
Nothing can tear me loose.
Nothing can tear me loose.
Nothing can tear me loose. In the strong hand of the Lord, I'm held fast.
Oh, yeah.
I'm held true.
Nothing can tear me loose. See, we got any closing comments here? I'm going to go over to Instagram and start there.
Be torn from you.
Deborah said, have a blessed day. Deborah, you have a blessed day. Anybody else over here on the Vital Axiom? I see my mom got in. Becca said, great message. Thanks, Becca. I appreciate that. Toby got in. Good morning, Toby. Hope everything got better, Janet.
Trouble had my name,
Heather said, wonderful message. Thank you. Have a blessed, wonderful day.
but I heard
Amanda said, have a great day. Matt Chapin's over here throwing up stars. Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much for that.
if the light comes
Anybody else got anything to say before we get out of here?
ahead and I remember He is here. Oh, who can separate what God has joined? I've been marked by grace. I stand on that point. Nothing can tear me loose.
Well, you know, I can go ahead and confirm for you, Sean. You are the prey, and you always will be until you get with Jesus. Cody said, good subject, another great song. Glad you're back. Thank you so much. We enjoyed the babies. Joy said, good words. And your message yesterday at church was extraordinary. Thank you so much. Nothing can separate me from the love of God in Christ Jesus.
Death can't claim me, storms can't shake me, hell can't take what heaven made me. I was bought, I was kept, I was covered in blood, still standing, still praising under God's strong love. Nothing can tear me loose.
Thank you, Peggy. Thank you so
Nothing
much.
can tear me loose. In the strong hand of the Lord, I'm held fast, I'm held true. Nothing can tear me loose. Nothing can tear me loose. I can't be torn from you. I'm kept safe in the hands of the Lord.
Okay, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I love that song. Listen, nothing can separate you from the love of God, which is in Christ Jesus. You guys have a great day. Love you. God bless you.